It's a nice place. Well, I might have been born just poor white trash, but I sold 1 million records, made a little cash. The doctors and the lawyers, they don't think it's funny that they're living next door to white trash with money. White trash with money, let's go.
Listen, did you know?
Welcome to White Trash with Money. I've been in the driver's seat the past 2. Damn it, it's time for you to earn your paycheck.
Have y'all ever hit the concrete median on a highway? Because if I'm driving, that's where we're headed.
I was going to say, that is a wild lead-off question for a podcast. But
I've actually hit one when I was in the Army.
Actually, I have.
No, but Paul Wall did.
Was that Paul Walker?
Are you talking about Paul Walker?
Paul Walker, not
Yeah.
Paul Wall. That's the Grills guy.
Yeah, Paul Wall's the rapper
I'm pretty
with
sure
the
Paul
teeth.
Wall's still alive.
Yeah.
I was trying to
fucking-
take a second. I went,
I was wondering why I didn't get any pop out of that joke. Like,
I was like,
normally,
Yeah.
fucking Paul Walker jokes kill, you know, but
I get a lot of Paul Walker jokes because of my car.
what do you have?
I have a Lexus GS 430.
I thought he was going to say a totaled out Supra.
It's like a.
It's a super I found in a junkyard.
That's awesome.
Just got to sit in my car in my driveway. Why do you have that car, Steven? Huge Paul Walker fan. Love Fast and the Furious.
Oh,
But
man.
that's the start of the episode.
Yeah,
there we
that's-
go. Yeah.
We're family.
Yeah.
What a franchise.
My favorite movie.
Fast and the Furious. Well, Justin, we have love and theft on the show today. We have Eric and Steven, which I tell you what, y'all's music, man, like Angel Eyes, when that came out, like me and my wife were married and everything, man, what a great, we came close to having a baby. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
like,
From what you told me, that means
yeah, that means a lot
means a
because
lot.
like we do not want children, and then you guys are making music like that, and I had to go buy condoms. I was like,
so. This is pre-vasectomy. Then.
pre-vasectomy,
Right.
yes.
I wasn't married yet, but when I heard it, I masturbated. So.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did you watch the video? While you
I'm
did
flattered.
It was when he bought the CD and he's looking at the cover and
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
"Oh man, look at that!"
You remember back in the day, though, they would put the lyrics on the inside of certain cassette tapes or
That's how I
CDs.
learned all the lyrics to the Brooks and Dunn album. Was because of the
That
inside
and
of the cassette.
autism.
So you're masturbating in Brooks and Dunn. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I never said that I masturbated to
I
an album
did.
cover.
Hey, Ronnie Dunn?
It's a tall drink of water.
Hey. Hicks Brooks wasn't really my thing, but Ronnie Dunn.
He's got a nice
you know?
beard like you.
Yeah.
I think the funniest thing was at an award show, and I think it was Montgomery Gentry when they won like Duo of the Year or something like that. The first time they went up on, the stage, whatever, and they were like, "Well, we appreciate the Brooks and Dunn Award."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that we got, because I think they won it every year in the '90s, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. I mean,
They pretty much did.
yeah, it's was Brooks and Dunn like a group that you guys looked at when you were starting out and going.
I did, yeah.
Oh,
sure.
for sure. I mean, I think one of the most of our generation or our era, one of the most legendary duos to ever do it. I mean,
Maybe the best.
if not the best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think when we were a trio at the very beginning of our career, had a third guy for the first hit song that we had, and then he decided he wanted to make a rock project, do his own thing, and we looked at each other, and Montgomery Gentry had just gotten dropped from Sony, and we were trying to sign our deal at Sony as a trio, and then we'd become a duo, and we didn't think they would sign us just because they had another duo, and then
But Brooks and Dunn had
Worked
just
out.
retired, though, for their
Yeah.
first time or something like that. They were
Yeah.
retired like 4 times.
so you guys were coming in like kind of at the
Yeah.
perfect time for a duo
Yeah.
at that point. Yeah,
And there wasn't like Florida Georgia Line came after us, Thompson Square was after us, and kind of those duos that were relevant in that time period. So it was really a great opportunity for us. As soon as we had Angel Eyes, we were getting nominated for all the Duo of the Year, Group of the Year type stuff. We never won, but
how did
Yeah.
y'all not win? Who was beating y'all out?
the one year that we thought we had a chance, like everybody was shocked, but Thompson Square got it, and then like.
And then FGL won it forever
FGL
after
won
that.
it.
Yeah,
Until
yeah.
Until they retired.
Yeah,
I think Dan
Nah,
Shea
they didn't
won a
retire.
couple
They
years.
broke up.
there's a big difference.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not
it's
you,
like
it's
it's like that
me.
old Johnny Cash
not
song.
you, it's
The one
me.
on the left was on the right, and the one on the right was
So,
on the
yeah,
left. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, somebody the other day, because they were like kind of teasing stuff about, you know, a new record, or I think
Really?
they put out some unreleased stuff from back in the day. And everyone's like, oh yes, FGL's gonna get back together. And I was talking to a buddy that's really close with one of them the other day. They're like, it's going to be a very, very cold day in hell before
no.
those two
Oh,
get
they'll
back together.
they'll wind up getting back. They'll have separate tour buses. I guarantee you that. But
Oh, yeah.
they'll get together for probably a few arenas.
Yeah.
I mean, I
bet.
don't know why
they
you
can fill
wouldn't.
out Madison Square
It's
Garden,
money
so
anytime
why
you
not
want
do
it.
that a few times?
Yeah. But I would think they would have already done that, like at this point. I mean, and the fact that they had.
They just got to spend a little bit more of that money. You know what I mean? Get a little bit of
Well,
more.
I think one of them's making a little bit more than the other currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Spend a little bit of that money, and all of a
Both
sudden,
them
man,
little
you start forgetting.
further down the road.
You
we'll
start
need a-
forgetting about things, and
Oh,
you're like,
yeah.
you know what? Maybe we should get back together.
Yeah,
You
how
know?
many millions of
missed
dollars?
that.
Yeah,
I
you know,
can forgive you and be on stage with you for an hour. Every
Could you
night.
imagine if they did get back together right now? Like what they could do,
it'd be
especially
awesome.
in this
Huge.
I'd love it.
right now with social media and everything else. You put those two together, and they're selling out whatever they want to right now because I
100%.
think people are clamoring for it.
Yeah.
They want it.
Yeah, and they haven't heard them together in enough years to where it would be like awesome. Let's go see FGL again, dude.
Yeah,
I would love to go to see the show. I love them. I've
yeah.
known them a long time before they knew each other. My sister dated one of them for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you guys get together?
We met on Belmont's campus through a great songwriter, artist friend of ours named Kanan Smith, and he actually introduced us to one of the Florida Georgia Line dudes. But I had a show. Eric was a big fan, probably, so he came to my show.
Huge fan.
Yeah, big fan. So on Belmont's campus at the Curb Cafe, and so Eric came. We met. Kanan hooked us up with each other to write, and we wrote. And then fast forward. I don't know how long was it before we met our producers.
About a year after that.
Yeah, about a year after that, these producers were like, "Hey, we're putting together this like new Eagles country band," and so I was like, "Man, that
Like
sounds good."
Eagles, like
Yeah, Eagles,
The
Eagles, because
Eagles.
we were originally a 4-piece. So they're like, "Hey, do you know Eric Gunderson?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just met that dude not long ago." So brought him in, and we started a band. Through these producers, and they're like, "Oh, we got a record deal set up for you guys in New York and all this stuff." We're like, "Oh, sounds good," you know.
And we had all just moved here to be solo artists.
Yeah.
So we were all kind of trying to get our feet wet and figure out what it meant to tour, what it meant to record. And back then it was really difficult to record music, period. Like you couldn't make a record in your bedroom on GarageBand on your Mac. Like that wasn't the technology that existed back
Yeah.
then. You had to go into a studio. Even if it was a smaller studio, it still was crazy expensive to even to get.
I was about to say you had to have a little bit of coin to be able to get in there.
exactly.
Yeah.
So-
I was working at Blockbuster, assistant to the manager, so I didn't have much coin. But I was pretty high up,
assistant
though.
to the regional
Yeah,
manager.
yeah.
I almost got him fired because
Oh yeah, so many times.
he let me come in, I'd rent movies, and then I'd just keep them. So he'd just clear all my late fees.
It was up to the 300s a couple times, and the manager was like, "Dude, I know he's your bandmate, but like, you're gonna get me fired." I was like, "Man, just one more time. It's the last one. I'm not letting him have any more movies."
Little did we know that movies or DVDs were about to just go away
What
completely.
people didn't know is Blockbuster was about to go under in
Yeah.
6 months. So
I quit right at the right time.
Yeah.
Maybe you're the reason they had to file for bankruptcy.
I must be.
All of a sudden you get one #1 hit. You just want to turn your back on Blockbuster. Oh, look at Steven. Isn't he just a big shot now?
Turned his back on Blockbuster.
Got a lot of free movie posters though. That was
I
pretty
love a
sweet.
movie poster.
Yeah, pretty sweet.
I like a cool movie
It was a
poster.
good job for him because he loved movies too.
I do.
Like
I still do. Still watch them sometimes.
he's the kind of guy that would like walk around the store with you. Like, so what kind of movie are you looking for?
100%. I was Rotten
Yeah.
Tomatoes in person.
There you go. Especially when a girl comes in, I would imagine.
yeah.
Let me hear that.
I tell you, the movie scene has went down
Yeah.
a lot. One that we watched just recently was the new Fantastic Four. I took my kids to see it opening night, and I was watching it, and I was like, "This is the best movie I've seen in 5 years." Like it was a great, well put together movie. I thought, what
haven't
the hell
seen it
do
yet.
I know? It's good. It's good. You should give it a watch.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I tend not to watch movies on Netflix because when they started like kind of having their own studio and their own stuff, they were like, I remember watching one with my wife, and we were both like, the production value, like the camera work, it looks like they shot this in their garage.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and it's kind of hit or miss. Some are like that, some aren't.
Yeah.
And then oddly enough, some that do really well have that kind of
Like Bird Box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That movie's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
There's so many great shows though now with huge actors and huge production also. So like people are like, well, shoot, I can just watch one episode tonight, and it's 10 hours of a show you can watch whenever you want. It's like so good. I mean, you got Billy Bob Thornton on Landman. And he's
Oh, that's a
amazing.
phenomenal show, bro.
So good.
So good.
Was
Yeah,
Billy-
that and the one with Jason Bateman. What was that?
Ozark.
Yeah, the Ozarks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phenomenal
Awesome. I
show.
love that one.
So you got stuff like that. It's like you can watch it from home, and all the TVs that we all have now, they're like amazing. Like that one with that beautiful logo.
Yeah.
You know, it's like-
Well, that thing would have been like 50 grand when we were kids.
Oh
Now
my
it's like
God.
$12.
What
So-
size is this? This is 85
It's
inch, right?
85,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like
That's what I've got in my living room.
that used to
85
be
inch.
10 grand
Hide
when
money.
like
Can't hide
just a
money.
handful of
Can't
years
have my
ago.
white trash for money,
Yeah.
baby. We getting big TVs and General Lee's. You know.
But you can get an 85 inch at Walmart now for $600.
Yeah.
yeah, that's nice.
That's insane. And the picture quality on that cheap $600 one is better than anything we had 5-6 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
On
yeah.
the best quality
I
one.
remember my dad bought one of those plasma TVs, and we went on vacation one weekend. And I forgot to turn it off, and we came home, and like the Fox News logo was burnt into the TV.
Oh yeah, forever.
My dad wanted to kill me.
Yeah.
It's like I saved up for 2 months to buy that thing.
You got liberal friends coming over. You turn the TV on. It's all this.
You're like,
burned
it's
in
not
there.
what it looks like, guys. It's not what it looks like. I swear my dad did this.
At least you didn't like leave it on like Pornhub or something. You know what I mean? And it's like that's burned in. Your parents are like, "What is this?" I have no idea.
I don't know if he actually has liberal friends over. Let's be honest. That's
They come over. Your mom's putting like a plant in front of them where it's burnt in the corner. Y'all want to move that plant? No. Leave that plant there.
Leave it
That's-
there. Leave it there.
Go watch the game? No, absolutely not.
You got an urn or something. My grandpa really loved watching that.
I swear it's not what it
Braves.
looks like. That was from back in the days of Bill O'Reilly, in the evenings. It's not, yeah. The no spin zone,
Oh my goodness! So you guys meet. When did you start doing music together? When did that?
Pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Because we met through Canaan, and my roommate had
That name sounds real familiar. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I did. So apparently I did mean to.
Canaanites. in
Yeah,
the
no,
Bible.
I know the Canaanites, but what has he wrote? Is he
He's
like
written
that?
a bunch of songs
he's
for
had-
FGL and
yeah.
other people, and he also has his own hits.
He's
too.
had a few, I think 3 big songs on the radio also.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
And then Stephen wrote his first single with him.
yeah.
And then he wrote our first single.
I know
Run Away
that
With
name
Us.
from
You'd,
somewhere. Yeah,
If you heard his songs, you'd be like, oh, that's him.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
him.
he's
Yeah.
incredibly talented.
Yeah,
He's,
he's
I mean, he's been around for a while, and he's another one of those that has just worked his ass off and just kept at it. And lots of people have said no, and
Canaan with a
the
C.
right people have said yes. So
I love meeting guys like that, especially the songwriters. Where what's great about them is they can go sit in a bar and nobody knows who they are,
yeah,
but they've got the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like they don't have. They can still go to Walmart. They can still
Yeah.
go to restaurants and not get bothered while they're sitting there trying to have just dinner. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
with their family. But yeah, they're making a bunch of money off of these hits that they're writing. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and they're just sitting here, and someone's like calls them out on stage, and they go up there and play the song, and everyone in the room's like, "You wrote that?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's happened at Losers a million times where
Yeah.
I've been over there and it's some dude sitting there and Steve Ford looks at me and he goes, yeah, that dude's written, everything that, Rascal Flatts put out or whatever
Yeah,
it was. And you're like, what?
yeah,
And the dude goes up there and he looks,
Yeah, Neil Thrasher.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Neil.
And I might have met Neil over at Losers one night doing that, where it was just some
Probably.
guy went up there and started playing stuff. And it was so funny because whoever was playing was like, I'm going to bring up such and such. He goes up there and he plays some ballad, right? On a Friday night at Losers.
Wow.
It's like, and even Steve goes, well, thanks for sending everybody home. It's like, hey, I wrote this for Rascal Flatts. Well, you're not Gary. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Your voice isn't Gary.
I tell you, he's wrote. Neil's wrote so much. I mean, he wrote, "Fly Over States" for Aldine. Try That in a Small Town, which took a lot of, made a lot of people mad. Whatever, just because what people thought it was about.
Yeah.
And then all the stuff for Flats, he did.
And he's one of those writers that actually, can sing his ass off.
I asked him the first time I met him because we was sitting up at Gary's and he was sitting there playing. I was like, I told Gary, I said, why in the hell is he not singing?
Yeah.
And he was like, he didn't, we all got talking about it. He's like, I didn't want to sing. I just wanted to write songs and stay home. I didn't want to tour or
Yeah.
anything.
If I remember correctly, he was in a duo for a little bit,
Yep.
and then just realized or just decided that
He's like, I just-
this isn't for me. I'm gonna
Well, the
do writing
songwriting
side
money
of
was
it.
good,
Yeah.
back in the day.
I mean, when you've had as many hits as him, because back in the day you could make money off of album cuts and, and stuff just on a record. Now it's all has to be a single, has to be streamed like crazy to really make any money. Well, you don't make any money on streaming, really.
Which is wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I've heard that too, where it's like pennies that you guys are
Isn't
making.
Snoop Dogg like lobbying for artists to get paid more off streaming?
Yep.
Yeah, John Rich already did it during Trump's first term and got Trump to sign something to help everyone out, but it's just still not enough.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you know songwriter and artist Trent Tomlinson, but he was on our podcast once and just
One Wing in the Fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
God, I love
Man.
that song,
One
man.
of the best songwriters on the planet,
Yeah.
if not the best one that we've ever written with.
Yeah,
but
I think he might be.
he was talking about his song "In Case You Didn't Know" that he wrote with Tyler Reeve and Brett Young, and he was like, "Man, I've made literally millions of dollars, millions from the radio airplay." And he goes, "That song is over, I think, 10 times platinum now. It's diamond." And he's like, "I've made maybe $100,000 on the streaming side of it."
Really?
He's like, it is so out of balance.
Why is that? Why is the streaming not paying?
I think just because of the. On you, Steve.
Because I'm very interested in the business side of these things.
Because I think it's because Music Row they thought it was always going to be a certain way, and they negotiated bad deals with these streaming services, and all of a sudden it was too late, and they're like, "No way, you agreed to it." All the labels agreed, like, "Okay, this is what," and they're like, "Oh," and then all of a sudden now it's the only thing, and they're like trying to get it back for their labels and their artists, and it's like, and Spotify and all them are like, "Yeah,"
and the money that these labels are making off of streaming is not like. They're not being paid in the same way that artists are getting paid or the creators getting paid.
Are they making a lot more?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They wouldn't be pushing it or using it if they weren't.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, they would be fully committed to terrestrial radio.
But you
and
get
that's
really
it.
cool plaques on your wall, though. When it,
Yeah,
you got
cool.
1 million streams and you made $5,000. It's like,
Well, even like Michael was talking about with you guys, just like it hasn't always been this way. We were like kind of the last group of artists that came up that got to do it the old school way, but then now have to play the game the new school way. So we had to do the radio tours. We had to go play thousands of free shows to get our radio airplay, to get spins on the radio.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and to your point, we just talked with Michael Ray about this a couple weeks ago. That and you came up in a different era.
Yeah.
The iPhone didn't even exist
no.
up until what, 2007? Was it
was it even out when you guys?
I mean, I remember
the
buying
iPhone was
the
there,
first-
but there was no social media.
I
bought
had
the
a
first
Sidekick.
iPhone. I think it was like
But,
2007 maybe, because I remember
Yeah.
going back to my parents' house in Charlotte, and my dad was like laughing at me. He was like, "What's that?" And I was
Yeah.
like showing him. I was like, "You can bring the internet up on this thing."
Yeah.
And
But you guys were kicking it off. It was MySpace, and Facebook may have just started when you guys.
I mean,
were,
that's how MySpace was big. Like our first tour that we did was with Taylor Swift, and we up until a couple years ago when our trailer got stolen, we had that backdrop, and it had MySpace.com, Love and Theft on the top of it. And
your
I'll never
first
forget that.
tour was with Taylor Swift.
Yeah, hold on. I have a rumor that this may or may not be true. So you can. I heard that maybe one of y'all was a muse behind one of her songs.
Okay.
Not me.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah, of course,
Yeah. So what song is it?
It's called "Hey Steven."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very nice song. Which I when she called me, it's like, "Hey, I got this song I wrote about you. That's gonna be on my new record." I was sitting there thinking, "Okay, like we're good."
Oh, so it was like confirmed by her to you that
yeah.
it really.
Like,
Yeah.
she called us and asked us to go to Walmart up in Hendersonville with her
Yeah.
to buy the record the night that it came out, and I think she like hinted to you,
Yeah.
like, "I just really want you to come." And then
Was
I
this
think you
her
were in the-
first breakup song?
No, because
No, it was
a
like
nice song.
It's
the
so
only
nice.
nice
It's
song
like,
she's
I
ever
can't
written
help it
about
if
a
you
guy.
look like an angel, like all kind of nice stuff.
Really?
It's like so nice. It's like that's why I was like, I thought, I'm like, I knew we were good, but she doesn't write too many nice songs about dudes. And then she put my name in it, and then she spelled out "love and theft" and secret code in the liner notes and stuff. So it was
Yeah, 'cause
really
there was
nice.
like a discrepancy for a while, and like I don't know if it was TMZ or another thing. All these people thought it was about that Stephen Coletti guy that was on Laguna Beach or
Yeah.
whatever, because I guess they had a little
Yeah.
thing for a little bit. But she told us, she's like, we're walking to the car after, we went and bought it with her, and we ended up having the same tour manager shortly after. He was walking out with us also, and she was like, "Oh, check the liner notes," because she does the Easter egg thing, and "Love and Theft" is spelled out in capital letters, and the rest of it is all
Crazy,
lowercase.
She still plays it sometimes, so she's still thinking about me probably. So.
I I think she's still in love with you.
Yeah, she's still in love with me.
I mean-
That's why she hasn't got married to anyone else. She's already had the best shit. That's what she has. Travis Kelce, suck it.
Travis Kelsey's going, who's loving theft?
But see, Steven's had long hair up until a couple weeks ago. He just cut his hair off. You know, Travis Kelce just cut his hair like yesterday. So
Maybe.
he's
He
paying
saw
attention.
me do it.
He's paying attention.
So he's like, oh, okay, Steven
Oh,
did
that
it.
is
I should cut my
awesome.
hair.
Does he follow you on social media?
Oh, he
on
has
his,
to.
on his burner account, probably.
His burner, Mike Concho. Who's this Mike Concho guy? DM and
Yeah, I bet you. All jokes aside, Kelsey seems like the type dude with the personality. Like, he has a burner account. Everybody does, right? I bet you the name is just wild. It is something just insane. It's like, Mike Vick used to go to the clinic to get treated for herpes under the name of what was it? Ron Mexico. Ron Mexico. So if
Is that
you're
a true story?
That's a true story. So if you ever watch like Sports Center or something, there's always a couple of like the old school guys that when they talk about Mike Vick, they'll always refer to him as Ron Mexico. It is hilarious.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Just start paying attention.
He was trying to hide the fact that he had herpes, so he would go under the name of
great.
Ron Mexico. Yeah.
Genius.
Allegedly.
Get a black guy
Allegedly.
looking
Hold
at it
on.
saying,
Hold
"I'm
on.
Ron
Stop for a minute.
Mexico."
Stop. You got to stop for a minute. Allegedly. I don't know that he has herpes. I've never seen it. So that's the reports. I ain't trying to get sued by Ron Mexico or Mike Vick,
I don't think Ron Mexico has the type of lawyers that Mike Vick has. So I think
True. You never know. Experts in dogfighting, that's for sure.
I wrote him a letter when he was in jail.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
what year was it when you guys were on the road with Taylor Swift?
2008.
Yeah, 2008. In
I did my homework. Are you proud of me?
End of
Yeah.
2000.
I am.
So I saw
I didn't
Taylor.
even know the answer. I was like, you go.
So you remember when Brad Paisley did that? Like he went to like small colleges, like Division II, Division III colleges, and was playing like on the football fields and stuff. He came to Georgia Southern in Statesboro, Georgia, and we went out there, and it was
Did he take Zelensky with him on the tour?
no, he oh my god. So he had it was
It's
him.
relevant. I mean,
It's
it's
relevant. Yeah.
It was him. It was Kelly Pickler.
Oh,
And
Kelly
then Taylor
Pickler.
Swift was opening. She just came out. Tim McGraw was
I
just
remember
hitting the
this.
radio, and she was opening up essentially for Kelly Pickler. And then Kelly Pickler would open up for.
Well, the first group that Taylor opened up for was Rascal Flatts.
Yeah, I thought it was
Oh,
Flats.
really?
Yeah, because Rascal Flatts kicked Eric Church off the tour.
Oh,
Yep, they kicked him off the tour. Yeah, and then he followed them around on the tour and went city to city. It was the Me and My Gang tour, and he went to bars while they were playing the concert. And he did the Me and Myself tour and just played bars at the same
I
time
did
they were
not
doing.
know that.
Yeah, so
Myself
they-
and I tour.
Yeah, so
Very
they
Eric Church.
Yeah, so they called Taylor Swift, and that was when she got her break, was opening up for Rascal Flatts.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Show people that you're white trash.
I don't think people want to show that.
You don't think so?
But it's a great T-shirt design. I mean, I'm going to wear it,
Thank you.
but I don't. I mean, yeah, whatever. Go buy a shirt if you want to. If you don't want to, then don't. I don't care. But we have really got to go get on the airplane because we're.
Please click the link and buy a shirt.
Yeah, TSA's going to pat me down. Oh, yeah. I just remember. Can you please go buy a shirt, because I am having to fly Allegiant back home. So
Exactly.
it would help us get on, Delta or American, hell, even Southwest.
They've
you
even
know.
got first class.
Yeah, Spirit Airlines. You fly Spirit too much, you're going to turn into a damn Spirit. We got to go.
You need the Holy Spirit on there. Did y'all ever think that she would turn into what she turned into, like as big as she's
I
gotten?
did.
I think so.
You saw it.
I mean,
It was crazy.
we hadn't been on the road much, but we had at least been, playing small shows together for, some lower level artists that had songs on the radio. I won't say any names, but just people that, had one or two songs and then they disappeared. And from the beginning, I think she was so calculated with how she did everything that she wasn't going to take no for an answer. And she was like, she even said that a couple times. She's like, I'm going to get here and there's nobody that's going to stop me.
It was Beatlesy, man. It was Beatles. It felt
Really?
that way.
And we were able to capitalize, benefit from that too,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
she told us, she was like, every night you got to go out and sign, because she's like, that's how I've made so many fans. And she would we'd play these arenas, and she'd literally sign for every single person that wanted to get an autograph, and we'd stand 100 yards down the way, and every single person came through our line. So, it was a jump start to our career just because we just got to watch what she was doing and
It was
kind of
fun.
just mimic that and imitate it.
Was she opening up for y'all, or were y'all opening up for her at
We
that
were
time?
We were
opening
opening
for
for
Yeah, at that time it was.
She was about to put out the Fearless album, so she was like what, I don't know, like third hit from her first debut album.
And we started at like civic centers and small arenas, big theaters, and then halfway through the tour moved to all arenas, and then by the end of that tour, she was playing all the big NBA arenas and just and then went from there to stadium. So
y'all were there and witnessed basically the rise.
I mean, when
People
you hear
were losing
people,
their minds.
when you hear people talk about the Taylor Swift effect, like it was a real thing that I don't think anybody in country music had ever seen before. I mean, like I was talking to somebody the other day. I was like, right now, country music is loving this Megan Maroney, Ella Langley, Riley Green type drama.
It's funny that you named all three of them at the same time.
Wow, Eric, what
Hold up. Time out.
But I think
we'll save that for the after hours. People are going to have to pay for the tea.
Make sure you tune into After Hours because we have tea.
black tea. Oh, that's not a racist comment. I just like that. Black tea, white tea, green tea.
Yeah, green tea.
Green tea.
Yeah. It's offensive to frogs.
Hey, something offends everybody these days.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
dude, you
yeah.
can't say anything without somebody getting upset. Now, fuck them.
It's ridiculous.
Who cares?
Yeah, like American Eagle ads.
You was telling me about this. Apparently, this Sydney Sweeney is
Yeah.
the new spokesperson for American Eagle, right? And
Speaking of which, very nice camo pants.
Yeah, I like
thanks for putting my business out there. It's a good camo pattern, you know.
I like it.
Gary, you wasn't in here. You was right when we did that episode, but Gary LeVox came up to me. We was at his show, and he's like, "Dude, he's a big hunter," and he was like, "What pattern is that? I love those pants." I was like, "American Eagle." Is like, "You fucking yuppie." I was like, "I like the pants. They're stretchy, man. They're comfortable." I'm just saying,
They're very hip.
Yeah, no. So people are saying that because it's like a blonde woman saying, it's in the jeans. It's they're saying that it's like.
Not like a Nazi ad or something.
That's wild.
That's all-
How people take stuff that it takes a racist to think like that, in my opinion.
really
Like,
does.
why would you connect? I would have never connected all that. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I wasn't connecting that. I tell you that when I
No.
watched the ad, I was connecting other things.
No, me too.
Please elaborate.
That-
Elaborate.
Was you looking more at the Sydney Sweeney or the
Beautiful
GT
Mustang.
350?
Yeah.
The GT3 white with the blue stripe. Oh, it
so
was
nice.
gorgeous,
Yeah,
gorgeous.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I have a 65
Shelby?
Mustang.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. 64 and a half or 65?
65. With
65,
a 289 in it.
Oh yeah, 289 with a C4 transmission.
I can't remember which one which transmission it has.
If it's original, it'd be a C4, right?
Yeah, it probably is. That's all
Yeah.
original. So.
Automatic.
Yeah, it's automatic.
I had a 66 for a while. I've kind of leaned more into Mopar since I bought my General Lee. Got a 69 Charger. So
That's awesome.
yeah, I love that. Love that car.
That's
What color is your
incredible.
Mustang?
It is Florida State Burgundy.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Are you a Florida State fan?
Yeah.
Really?
Born and raised.
Where are you from?
Clearwater, Florida.
Oh, okay. Really? Down that way is normally like Gator fans or Miami fans.
God, I flipping hate the Gators, dude.
Really? Yeah.
They said something about
Was
Florida
that-
State
is
once.
that-
He was like, "No, I'm a Christian."
Is that because
You just triggered me.
is that because of Caitlyn Jenner?
And you got to pick one or the other. And I as a kid, I was like, I didn't have many Gator fans around me, and the ones that were around me were assholes. So I was like, I like Florida State. And
I've always
I like
loved
Bobby Bowden.
I've always loved the Seminoles. We live there in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, which is the Panhandle.
Yeah,
You're
nice. Uh-huh.
either an Alabama fan or Seminole fan, and I grew up North Alabama, so I've always been an Alabama fan. But every Alabama fan that I know loves Bobby Bowden, loves him.
Gosh, man, he was the
and
man.
great legacy of college there and everything.
And Gene Deckerhoff is the voice of the Bucks, my favorite sports program, and Florida State too. So he
You're a
he
Bucks
does the
fan?
radio. Yeah, I'm a huge Bucks fan.
Go Bills!
I like the Bills. That's on my bucket list.
He's got a Buccaneers tattoo on his arm.
Really?
Not even flexing.
Let's go, bro. Well,
Hold on, you got a
No
Buccaneers
flex, but
tattoo with
I've got a Alabama
wow.
tattoo.
There
Yeah.
it
You
is.
guys are serious. I don't have any.
Eric, my wife, and I just said, literally, last week, we were talking about tattoos. And she goes, well, if you got another tattoo, what would you get? What are you that passionate about? I said, well, I love college football. I was like, but I ain't that white trash to get my college football team on my body.
I am, baby.
I was like, I'm not putting a sports team on my body. I was like, I grew up in a trailer, but I ain't putting a sports team.
Just get a trailer tattoo.
Get your single wide.
Yeah.
Across your back.
Attach a truck to it, whatever your favorite truck is.
I'll put a tow truck on it getting repoed.
Yes. I love that.
But you know, hating Florida, like I grew up in South Carolina, I'm a Gamecock fan. I hate Clemson. I've always said if Clemson played the Taliban, I'd Allah Akbar. You know, like I hate Clemson that much. Like I would pull for the Taliban. Like I would definitely be doing that. You know, Assalamu alaikum. But I'm telling you, when it comes to college football, boy, you can lose family members over that.
100%.
Yeah.
Like I don't talk to people for 4 months every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanksgiving's tough.
It's tough.
Because you go there, Clemson, Carolina's playing that weekend, Alabama, Auburn plays that weekend, you know, Florida State. Like, if you got any family members that pull for the other side.
Yeah,
You
don't
can't-
talk in the South. Don't talk about politics, religion, or college football during the fall at a family get together. Somebody gonna leave angry.
Yeah.
Or you know, I mean, there's been reports of it the past few years. People get shot up at family reunions.
100%.
It's wild, absolutely wild.
We could use that. in my
Passionate people in very uncertain times. So people are freaking out about everything.
family. A little too much passion right now can really get you in trouble.
We chased that squirrel long enough, and it stopped at Megan Maroney, Ella Langley, and Raleigh Green, right? So you was talking about, you know, the way country music's going.
Yeah.
That way. Sorry, I was bringing you back on track there.
Yeah, no, what I was getting at with that was just like, I feel like the last time we had, besides like Blake and Miranda, like the last time was really like the old school, you know, Porter Wagner, Dolly Parton days, where you hear about all the antics that were happening, you know, backstage at the Opry and everything.
Alan Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Morgan
a lot,
Wallen throwing a chair.
oh, that too, but there's not really been like
Heck of
many
a
like
throw.
But
just
people act like it's-
relationship drama.
Come on, throw
A hell of a throw.
him in the Olympics. Shot put.
Hey, put a shot put in that dude's hand.
Dude, if
Yeah.
we had Redneck Olympics, I'm first draft pick is Morgan Wallen for chair throwing.
I was watching some video last night on TikTok, and like he was playing in, I think it was Riley's softball game or something. Just gets up, hits a home run first swing, and all people were commenting, "Yeah, he's one of those guys that's good at everything he does."
Yeah.
Yeah, probably got a big dick.
Probably.
Yeah.
He does.
I was about to just literally say
It helps being in dressing rooms. Green rooms, I'm joking. I have no clue. I would imagine it is. I've thought about it.
I love I'm going
have.
to switch gears here. I love the duets.
I thought he was about to say, I'm going to switch teams.
I wasn't sure what was coming out there.
Everything's for sale.
Well, no. Before you go into switching teams, is you know the nowadays, like, it is wild that, like, you know, the Morgan Wallen thing, throwing the chair, horrible, right? But like, you remember he got sued. Some woman out of Mississippi tried to sue him because he canceled the show because he got sick. You know, some of these antics, even if he was drunk and missed a show, George Jones did that his whole damn career.
Yeah.
You know, his nickname was No Show Jones. Some of the antics and everything, music and a lot of sports we're missing out on, like, some of the backstory and some of the partying and stuff, because everybody's too scared to make a mistake and be their real selves, you know, because of the corporate side of things. You know, I'm afraid I'm
So
going to lose
true.
my record deal. Afraid I'm going to lose some sponsorships.
But
you know,
it's scary. You can work your entire career, not fuck up once.
We talked about this yesterday.
Have hits on the radio, hit one after one. and
Look
then
at Hulk
one after
Hogan.
another. Yeah.
Hogan, it don't matter how much good he did. When that tape got released with him saying the N-word, that was the end of, when he died, he would have been celebrated worldwide, right? And now when he died, because of that tape coming out and everything, is you know, mixed reactions. You know, a lot of people, I had like nostalgic feelings about watching him grow up, but then in the back of your mind, you're like, he did say some pretty messed up things.
Well, the fact that you have to think, okay, if I make this nostalgic post about Hulk Hogan, you know, superhero, grew up admiring this man, maybe you don't even know that he put that tape out. And then you post that on social media, say you're an artist, and all these fucking idiots that are out
Yeah.
there just looking for an excuse to hate on you go to try to cancel you because of that. And
Yeah.
you're just posting about your admiration for this man that may have completely changed your life and done amazing things for you, and now you're vilified for that. People are canceling you just because you were praising somebody that did great things for you.
Who
And-
also made one mistake that you don't
Yeah.
agree with.
and you might not even understand the context of that mistake. I mean, I know lots of people said some really fucked up things
Yeah.
that are taken completely out of context, and then your entire life's ruined because of it. I just hate that as a nation, as the world right now, everybody's been so pussified and turned into, you literally have to pussyfoot around just so you don't step in shit.
Are
No,
y'all
thank
seeing-
you. No, thank you. Yeah,
No.
I heard. I got this piece of advice from somebody not too long ago. They said if that person died, would you go to their funeral? And I said no. They said, why in the hell do you care what they think? And I said, whoa, come on with it.
That's good.
You know, and for the longest, I haven't really cared what others thought. Especially if I wouldn't have. They say don't take criticism from somebody you wouldn't go to for advice.
Yeah.
And that's a hard mindset to get out of, because you're taught from a very early age, like, it matters what people think about you and everything. So that's hard to get out of. But when I heard that, would you go to their funeral? Man, I was like, I really don't give a shit what they think. People are gonna talk.
Yeah. And I can think that way, and I can tell myself I don't give a shit what people say, but then I read, like with our podcast, with our music, I put something out there, try to be vulnerable, and then you just get shit all over by someone that doesn't know you, that probably doesn't have many friends, sitting on their phone.
I just
behind their
block those
keyboard.
people. That way, I had to read your shitty comment one time, but I'll never have to read it again, because now you're gone forever. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
but
not,
really, does that comment matter? It really doesn't.
it
but
doesn't.
somehow I let that get into my psyche, and it fucks with me enough.
in 2024, for the first time ever, the like fake traffic on the internet, bot traffic, was more than actual human traffic. So the person
I
that
didn't
is
know that.
the person that is pissing you off in the comments may not even be a
Be a real
person,
person.
dog.
Like an
Yes.
AI bot.
Yeah, man, like, you don't know.
that are programmed to be negative.
Yeah,
And I'm
so
sure there's
I
ones that are programmed to be
automatically-
positive.
Now, if I
Nice.
see somebody say something really shitty to where I'm like, why would somebody even say that? I'm just like, it wasn't a person. I'll block it and move on. I'm like, and in my mind, like, I'm never going to, even if it was a real person just trying to get a reaction, they're not getting that reaction.
We need to sign up for an AI positive bot, and we release a song, and it's like all these people like, this is the greatest song of all time, and we get this buzz around it.
And
Like,
we'll
Eric's
charge
so
for it.
sexy.
Just need to find a bot farm in China and tell them what we want, and just go for it.
This is
With
good.
enough money, you can do
pretty
anything.
good.
Yeah,
Pain.
And things are a lot cheaper in China, so
exactly.
probably be a lot cheaper than a bot farm
Yeah.
in Dallas.
How do you think we got Asian Andy to help us out
Yeah,
this weekend?
Exactly.
We didn't have enough
Asian
money to get to
Andy.
China, so we went to Vietnam.
I would
instead.
like to ask you, what did you call Asian Andy the first time that
Chow
you met
mein.
him?
Chow mein. Yeah, like, I could not remember his name, and it's not racist at all. He answered to it as soon as I said, Chow mein, and he was like, yeah, what up? And I'm like, yeah, it's his nickname, So now he's Andrew to some, Asian Andy to others, to me and Blake, my 11-year-old, Chow mein. And he loves it, Last night we went to Hall's Chop House, and
place is good.
we had the waiter bring him chopsticks and soy sauce for his tomahawk steak. You can see it on the Patreon, because all the videos are there, and it's awesome.
He was just upset when we got there and there wasn't orange chicken on the menu. And I was like, we're not at Panda Express.
They said the lady started treating us like kids. Well, we were having a good time, right? And she came up, and we hadn't finished. Me and him both got tomahawk steaks.
Right.
And she said, if y'all finish your steaks, you get a free prize. And he was upset that it wasn't a dancing dragon, what you said, right? Dancing dragon come
I
out
said,
with
what's
fire.
the prize? A dancing dragon with fireworks?
So, Asian Andy, do you still eat dog?
It took 1 second to process.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've been to Korea, right? I lived in Korea for a year. And that is a real thing. Like, they have our where I worked was right outside of a dog farm. Not
And
even
they
no
were farming dogs
Yeah, I never.
to
no, I
eat.
never
Like chickens.
Like straight up to eat.
I never ate a dog. I refused,
know
right?
of.
But I did that I know of. But I did
try
go.
it.
I did go to Ecuador one time on a mission trip and ate guinea pig, and I will never do that again because that tastes horrible.
Yep.
It is so gristly.
Why you pointing at me?
It is
Like,
so
you
bad.
know, Steven. You know what I'm talking
you
about.
know
You love
guinea pig.
You love guinea pig, but you know it's not good.
Don't try to tell me
I'm just-
anything is good.
I'm just
No.
waiting on. I'm just waiting on him to admit to eating dog.
Some chase comfort. Others chase greatness. For those who run toward the danger. For those whose mission isn't a shift, it's a calling. Clean energy, zero sugar, 200 milligrams of fuel built for those who never quit. Waze Energy isn't for those who dream of making a difference. It's for those who dare to make it.
I'm pretty confident I've had dog before because I've had some Chinese food that didn't look like anything else or taste like
the
anything else I've
texture
ever
just wasn't
eaten.
right.
Could have been
you know?
cat.
I mean, it was in East Nashville, and it was in a former Bojangles building, and there was a bunch of stray dogs out back, so I wouldn't put it past.
We used to live next to each other in East Nashville in the beginning of our career. I'm both like single and had like 3 or 4 roommates each, and we literally could throw a football to our houses from each other. It was pretty wild.
It's very dangerous.
Good times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hence my 10 years of sobriety. And we had moved out of there for 5 years before I got sober.
Yeah, I tell everybody I quit really drinking when I was like 24, and it was because those 3 years of 21 to 24.
You're like, I may want
Oh,
to
yeah.
get psoriasis of the liver.
Oh, I
you
did
know?
enough for
Stop.
everybody. I mean, like, we turned my garage into a bar, and we just drank every single day and partied like we were rock stars. And we had no money. I don't know how we bought the things.
Well,
You know?
like for us, it was super dangerous when we got on the road together because
Free
up until that
booze.
time we had to buy our beer. So we were on a less than a college student's budget trying to save money to put
Drinking
it in music
Skull
and
vodka,
stuff.
dude,
Literally
all
the
day.
cheapest, like
Skull.
Natural Ice, Natty Light, and then the cheapest vodka. So then we got on the road and we got a rider. So now you can put your requests for what you want in in your green room and whatnot. So we just put like 5 cases of beer, 2 handles of vodka, 2 handles of whiskey. First act up every night, you play for 20 minutes, and you get to go watch a Superstars concert every night. So like we literally just sit
Oh,
there
so
and just
fun.
get housed every single night. Like usually by the time we went on stage, and then come off and just go balls to the wall and just be fucked up all the time.
God,
I mean, we did
that's-
that for 12, 13 years straight.
Damn.
Jeez.
And I started drinking probably 8 or 9 years before he did.
Yeah.
I started really
30, he
young.
was 13.
Drinking,
drank till I was
smoking
21.
cigarettes, like hiding it from my worship pastor father. But
Yeah.
Oh, it's always the preacher's kid. You got to
Oh,
watch
so you're a
out for.
preacher's kid.
Oh, he's an actual preacher's kid. My dad was a music minister, and
What-
my grandfather was a preacher of a big church. So
What denomination?
we were Presbyterian.
Non-denominational. We had
Okay.
drums in our service.
Non-denom. I'm
My
church
dad
Christ.
finally got
So we didn't
drums
have
into
any
our church.
instruments.
Presbyterian, you're allowed to drink. Y'all are just Catholic light. You know what I
Basically,
mean?
yes. But then still like super like legalistic. Like,
Yeah.
thought
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
were better than every other denomination. That was my first like look inside of it. I was like, this doesn't seem very
Did y'all do?
Christ-like.
Did y'all still do communion with the thing like the Catholics do with the chalice or whatever?
No, ours
That's
was
the
an
goblet.
individual
The goblet,
cup
I mean, yeah.
and the wafers. Yeah,
The goblet.
Yeah, we used to do it with like our communion was weird. It was deviled eggs and grape soda. And
What?
Yeah, we didn't
Time
have
out. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Was your church in a trailer too?
Where in the hell is it in the Bible
No,
where
no.
Jesus passed a deviled egg and said, "This is my body"? You know, we just did crackers.
We
Yeah,
had a
same.
cinder block church, man. We had grape Fanta. It's actually grape Czech cola. 'cause
That
it was
ain't
from
fruit of the
Winn-Dixie.
vine.
And
That ain't the fruit of the vine, brother.
that preacher, man, he's just wiping
Did
the
you
top
go
off
to-
that 2-liter, you know, where he's just pouring that 2-liter. And he's just wiping the top.
This is the episode where we learned that Matt went to a black church growing up.
grape Kool-Aid.
What it was
my
it was it
God.
Fanta?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was grape
yeah, yeah.
Fanta and
Remember
deviled eggs.
You remember grape Shasta?
Oh God, yeah.
That's
Lord have mercy.
amazing.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Fanta's racist too. It was made by the Nazis. And,
What?
Was it
yeah,
really?
Fanta. So when World War II was happening, they wouldn't Coke cut off all products going over to Germany, and they took the old oranges and they took the syrups and stuff like that, and they ended up making their own soda, and it was Fanta. If you look up Fanta, it's a really long name, but it was made by the Nazis. And
That's wild.
Yeah. So,
So Fanta and Volkswagen.
Fanta and Volkswagen. Yeah.
So all you
Volkswagen.
liberals out there drinking Fanta and driving Volkswagens, racists.
Exactly.
Racists.
Yep. That's why I drive a Ford and drink Waze Energy.
You're safe.
I won't even drink the orange just in case.
Out of principle.
Out of principle. I only drink the cherry limeade.
And you won't be adding grape to the lineup either.
No, you got to add the grape.
Steven, let's talk more about Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
So let's get into that a little bit. Like
I never knew. This is new news to me.
Is it? I'm very curious, but I'm also at the same time like, what can I ask and what can I ask? Because I've already got one cease and desist from the Taylor Swift team.
All right.
You know, back in the day, when I made some T-shirts.
I can tell you what after we got off her tour, we were on the road. I think we were on the Tim McGraw tour, and she was doing her own stuff and on another tour.
She was singing about Tim McGraw.
Yeah, she was singing about Tim McGraw.
Yeah.
And I remember one question she asked me because she knew I was kind of a pothead. That was she probably smokes weed now, but she didn't back then. And she's like, "So what?" I remember her asking me, "What does it feel like to be stoned?" I was like,
"Did you get her high for the first time?"
No. I did not. I really didn't. But I remember her asking me that, and I was like, "Man, I don't know if I'm in like am I in the big brother role here, or?" And I was like, "Well." Because, I was smoking a lot of weed back then. And I just kind of told her what it made me feel like, And that was like one of the funnier questions she ever asked me because she may have never ever asked anybody what does it feel like to be high.
Well, she didn't have a normal, teenage years at all.
No.
Dude, I couldn't imagine because that's kind of where you come into yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I came on myself a lot during my teenage years.
Yep.
Same, brother.
First time by
Watching
accident,
Baywatch.
actually, I was like, "Oh, what's that?"
I remember.
I didn't leave the house for 2 weeks.
Yeah, dude, I remember.
Locked.
Dude, I was
dehydrated. I was drained.
I remember
Watching
that
fuzzy
week. I did,
HBO on the television.
dude, I
Squiggly lines on that one
didn't
shot.
get.
Hold on, here it comes.
I saw a nipple.
I didn't get shit done that week.
No, nobody did.
Yeah, no.
Nobody did. And I was 17. I was like, man, I should have figured this out a long time ago.
Hold up. 17.
I was a late bloomer. Yeah. No.
It took you. I was like, dude, it took you that long to figure out what that thing would do. It was a multi-use tool. Dude, this whole time I didn't know it was a multi-use tool.
I had rough hands, man. I didn't like touching it.
Lord,
Sometimes that gets the job done quicker. A little extra friction.
with enough lube, anything's possible,
I make my wife lay bricks just so that I can get off.
Honey, go change the alternator real quick and then meet me inside.
Leave that grease on your hands.
I had a roof in the house on Saturday. Get up here with the Mexicans. You need to feel like my uncle again. If you don't feel like Uncle
wild.
Daryl's hands, baby, I'm sorry.
I don't want anything to do with
I
it.
can't get off on.
That's funny, and he's from South Carolina. I'm from Alabama. You know what the Alabama state motto is, don't you?
No.
The closer kin, the deeper in. Roll Tide.
Yeah.
Roll Tide right after. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what me and my first girlfriend figured out?
Please.
We were better
I
off
don't
as
even
brother and sister. we couldn't. Having a serious relationship, we're just better off being brother and sister. Let's just leave it at that. We don't need to.
At least you figured that
For
out.
you guys.
Yeah, but she's
that's
5 years older. I mean, it was,
It's hard to put true love aside like that.
It really is. Yeah. Prom was weird, but, it's.
I understand. I went to prom my junior year of high school with my cousin.
Did you really? Knowingly?
Knowingly.
That's
yeah.
hot.
But like back then,
Was he a nice guy?
yeah, he was great. He was great. And we moved in together.
If you think about it, now at 42, I would have went to prom with like my buddies instead of like with
it would have
you know
been
what I mean?
so much more
Like
fun.
I'd have went with my buddies.
Hell
and
no,
just,
you wouldn't have got laid by your buddies.
Well,
Brother, I went to prom for one reason. You know what I'm saying?
I would have went with my buddies and because I left prom with a different girl my junior year. Then I went to prom with one girl and I left with a different girl.
How in the hell did that happen?
In my defense, I went with my cousin just because neither of us were dating anybody. Like we just went to
Did
each
y'all
other's
take
prom.
pictures together like prom pictures?
Yes, unfortunately. So that's a little weird to
Can you
explain.
send us a picture of that so we can overlay it?
Like, does your parents still have this like in their table on their foyer?
next to our gold record.
Like old records and him with his cousin.
How did this go from you being a Taylor Swift muse to you dating your cousin?
Eric, at your funeral, if we don't have that picture sitting up there at the church of you and your cousin, that's the picture they choose for your memorial service.
If there's one thing that I ask a favor of you at all, will you please send me this picture so we can put it on the screen?
Yes. I actually know exactly where it is, too.
You have a copy.
Oh, yeah.
It's on the dash of his truck. He's gonna bring it in. He's gonna put it on the dash of his truck.
I swear to God, if it has cum stains on it, I'm gonna be livid, dude.
Oh my gosh. I spent more time with Eric in the last 17 years than anyone in my life, and I've never heard this story.
All of mine's made up. I didn't really date my sister, Eric. You don't have to try to one-up me. This is a gimmick. This isn't real.
Oh, I guess I better go.
It's getting hot as hell in here now.
Literally.
Where'd you say you're from?
Alabama.
South Carolina.
Are you from Alabama?
I'm from New York originally. And,
Really?
Grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay, all
I
right.
grew up in Spartanburg.
Oh, nice.
About
Right
an
down
hour
the
from
road.
you. Yeah.
What's
Next
your
to
NFL
Greer.
team?
Panthers.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I grew up a Giants fan,
Damn.
which was also rough for a while.
Yeah.
And Eli Manning brought us a few
OBJ
good years.
when he was in his prime, dude.
Dude, OBJ. Oh my Lord, man.
It's hard to be a Panthers fan. I mean, we had a couple good years with Cam Newton there, but other than that, it's been.
Well, I mean, he almost
One
took
year
y'all to the
with Jake
promised land
Delhomme.
his first year, and then dude, that loss did something to him.
Yeah.
I mean, he went off the deep end after that.
Yeah, I was watching. I think I was Busting with the Boys or something. Their podcast the other day, and they were talking about Cam Newton, and they were like, they're comparing him to Jalen Hurts, and basically saying, okay, on numbers wise, they're equitable now at this point. But he was like, as a linebacker, the guy's saying, he's like, there's nobody out there that's game planning for Jalen Hurts. It's Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, them as a team. He's like, we used to game plan just
Well, Cam,
based
man,
on Cam alone.
he
They were
was
like,
so-
he was like he looked like an action figure out there.
Yeah.
He was like Superman. Like
He was like Mike Vick 2.0.
yeah,
I mean, Mike
But
Vick, if
way
there wasn't an
bigger.
open route, he gone.
yeah.
So
That's
the,
Cam.
The 1 year that he played at Auburn, went in the SEC championship. played-
$280,000
Well-
went to Auburn. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's right.
God, I hate Auburn.
Scam Newton.
Scam this.
After he got kicked out of Florida for stealing crab legs. No, that was Jameis Winston.
Yeah, that was
the PS5. Or
Yeah,
the
he stole
PS3.
the laptop.
Yeah, the
threw it out
laptop.
window.
Yeah.
So I go to South Carolina and Auburn actually played earlier that season, right? And South Carolina had a heck of a team. We had Alshon Jeffrey and
God,
Torrey
yeah.
Gurley, and we had Steven
Spurrier the
Garcia.
coach?
Steven Garcia. That was the year y'all beat us.
Yes, so we
In
so we
Columbia.
lose
Yeah, that
to
1
Auburn.
year.
That was the same day. Same day that happened is when this tattoo. I got that tattoo on my leg.
When South Carolina
The
beat
same
Alabama.
exact day. Yeah. I already had
Haven't
the
lost
tattoo
since.
scheduled.
I believe it was.
Yeah.
I believe it was October 10th, 2010.
Oh, I know exactly where I was when
but-
the game ended.
Not that I know that type of stuff.
Sun shines up a dog's ass every once in a while. You know?
And they beat them. South Carolina beat Alabama the day that me and my wife went and got married. So I'm in the stands, and Cam Newton at this point, this was game like 5 or 6, right? He hasn't really had his coming out party yet. Like people don't realize
not
what
like
this guy
that.
is.
He's never turned gay.
All of a sudden, during that game,
Not from the headshots. The CTE will turn you gay, from what I hear after watching the Aaron Hernandez special.
yeah,
Yeah.
May he rest in peace.
maybe
He's
Something
not
like
actually
that.
dead.
Maybe not.
You think he's in witness protection?
Yeah.
He's on the Epstein
with
list.
Him and
Epstein are on the island together.
Dude, he's an Epstein witness. Wouldn't that be some wild shit? Aaron Hernandez has never been dead. He's just a witness for the prosecution under Epstein. That would be.
At this point, it wouldn't surprise me.
I wouldn't be shocked by anything.
Not
I'm
me.
sorry.
But
Yeah.
I watched Cam Newton that night, in that second half of that football game, and I was like, yep, this guy is something special. And for the rest of that season, he just put them on his back. And,
Destroyed everyone.
yeah, and I mean, South
so
Carolina
fun
was
to
winning
watch.
that game. We were in the third quarter winning that game. And then it got all the way down to the last 10 seconds, and a pass was thrown to Alshon Jeffrey that was broken up in the end zone. And if he would have caught that ball, we would have beat Auburn that day. And I don't know if Auburn would have ended up going SEC championship.
But no, y'all would have went to Atlanta if you would have won that game.
No, we did go to Atlanta, and we got beat by Auburn like my daddy used to beat me. Like it was bad.
Really?
Oh, it was awful. Yeah, they took us to the woodshed.
Is that the last time y'all been to Atlanta?
That was the only time.
The only time
We've
y'all only
ever
been to
been
the SEC championship once.
We have more ACC championships than we have SEC.
That is wild.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, South Carolina sucks.
During our little 5-6 year run of being really good with Clowney and Lattimore and all those guys,
Y'all have had some.
we've had, well, it would be like, we would end up having to play like LSU and Alabama in the same schedule, right? On the West.
Away games, yeah.
And we'd lose those 2 games, and we beat everybody in the East, but then Georgia ended up going because they only got 1 loss.
Yeah.
Or something like
Or
that.
Florida will wind up
Yeah,
going
or
'cause they was-
Tennessee
yeah,
or something.
yeah.
And it was just, we always got screwed over like that.
Y'all gonna
But
be good this year?
I think so. Lenore Sellers, man. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate. I think that we got a 10-win team.
Ooh.
That's what I think. I think we're 10-2, which is good for South Carolina.
Well, in the SEC, it's amazing.
It's really amazing. But with our schedule, we have a tough schedule like every year in the SEC.
8-4 at best.
8-4, you think? I think we're a 10-win season. Yeah, I mean, Alabama's an easy one.
You gonna look at the schedule?
Look at our schedule. I mean, I think
I'm fixing to look at it.
we've
I
got
say
LSU.
8-4.
We'll lose to LSU.
What do you predict that Alabama's record will be this year?
I don't know. For the first time ever, and even last year, I would have answered the same way because I just Kalen DeBoer. I don't know. He's been successful everywhere he's ever went. But it's really hard to
Big
step into
shoes
that
to
role
fill.
after the GOAT is gone. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. We have the talent to go undefeated.
Yeah.
What can you do? What? I
The
think that's-
NIL's changed everything. It's
Well,
so
no,
much
yeah.
harder. It's so much
different.
when you've got blue bloods like Florida State and Alabama stuff that are like, how do we navigate these waters? That says a lot. You know what I mean? Like everybody is on a much more level playing field these days than ever before. But you're going to have schools like a Texas that has more money than they know what to do with. That they're going to be in the playoffs every year just because the money they can throw at these kids, right?
And the smaller schools will develop a player for 2 years, and all of a sudden they're like, "All right, bye. Thanks for all your help. See you later."
Dude,
I think what you're going to see is
I just now realized this.
we play each other.
No. We're only. I mean, when we're recording this, so we're recording this on the 28th.
5 weekends.
No, we're not even 5 weekends, bro. We're only like 4 weekends.
It's August
It's
31st.
Yeah,
it's
August
the first game.
31st.
Or 30th.
Yeah, okay, so now I'm looking at Go ahead, I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
interrupted. I'm horrible about that.
And I think Alabama, Florida State plays first weekend, don't they?
Yeah, in Tallahassee.
Forget.
Oh,
yeah,
it's in Tallahassee.
Hey, Florida State gonna get that country boy ass whooping week 1, baby.
I will say we're not gonna be as bad as we were last year.
There's no possible way.
No,
No.
No,
none.
that was tough to watch.
It was really sad.
That Georgia Tech game was like, I couldn't believe that.
For the first time in my whole life, I think I was like, I can't watch the game today. I just can't do it. I couldn't. My heart couldn't handle it.
Growing up,
And it takes a lot for him not to be able to watch
I didn't.
any type
Yeah.
of football for any
7 and
reason.
5.
South Carolina?
I think 7 and 5.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy.
What conclusion did you come to for
Who's the
for
5
Alabama?
losses?
Dude, hold up.
Give him the
I'm
5
fixing
losses.
to-
I want
yeah.
to hear it too.
So I'm giving it to you, right? Missouri's going to catch you first. I really believe
Oh, wow.
that Missouri's going to catch you first, right at Missouri, and then you're gonna win the next week at Kentucky. You're going to lose to LSU.
We'll lose to LSU. I'll give you that one.
Okay, so I'm saying Missouri, LSU, Oklahoma, Alabama, and Ole Miss.
Oh,
That's okay.
And if you beat Missouri, I think you wind up losing to Texas A&M.
So you think we beat Clemson?
I could see, yeah.
Yeah.
he don't got no faith in your team, right?
Zero.
So
Like
how
Heisman
does,
Hey,
Trophy
bookmark
candidate
this.
is
Make
our
you feel.
quarterback.
At the end of this season, when everything I just said comes to fruition, you're going to be like, none of you were right.
how do y'all think Carolina? Well, in my opinion, the real Carolina, because I'm from North Carolina, you're from South Carolina, so it's a bit of.
So you're talking about South Carolina Gamecocks, the real Carolina.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm talking about the Tar Heels. How do you think they're?
They
gonna
have
do
a
this
football
year?
team?
They have a coach.
Yes, they
They
have
just got
a
one.
very well-known coach now.
Yeah, Mac.
They got rid of Mac.
Yeah,
They
it's,
got Bill Belichick.
Oh, yeah. Him and his 20-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah,
Exactly.
she's
Yeah,
going to
that's
school
been
there.
banned from the facility, right?
I think so.
Dude,
yeah.
that is wild.
Yeah, he met her in the freshman dorms.
Oh, no. Dude,
Good for
retired.
him.
Dude, what?
We're all sitting
Yeah,
over just jealous.
Why not?
Yeah.
Could you imagine I think about it. I'm 42. I couldn't imagine dating a 21-year-old right now at 42. I'm too tired. And I don't like going places. You know what I mean? Like they'll.
It
like
sounds
we get done
like
with
you
this
need
podcast. I want to go eat and
testosterone
go to
replacement
bed. You know what I mean? They'll want to go like to Broadway at 21. You know
Bro
what I mean?
needs some testosterone replacement therapy.
The old TRT.
Yeah, you take some of that thing gets so hard, cat can't scratch it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm on it, man. But it's still like I'm still tired. I still don't want to. I'll tell you what TRT doesn't do. Motivate me to go to Broadway. I can tell you that. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I'm not
no.
going down there.
There's not a whole lot that would motivate.
But a
Like my dad
21-year-old,
used to say.
21-year-old wants to
Oh.
go to Broadway.
I can't wait.
I don't want to go down there.
Samantha, do you like going to Broadway?
I feel like I've been going there more because I have classmates. It's the first time moving to Nashville, so I do go with them.
Oh, so the peer pressure is what's taking you to Broadway.
Yeah.
Every other night, Broadway.
And how old are you again?
25.
25. Yeah, so she's starting to get out of it.
Yeah, remember, no is free. When you say no, like you are not obligated to anything at that
Do
point.
y'all go down to Broadway?
Well, we used to every single night.
Get drunk and dance with homeless people.
We'd park in the parking garage
What?
down there. We would each cover one eye and hold one side of the steering
Yeah,
wheel
yeah.
to get ourselves home safe. And we'd always go to Jack in the Box on Broadway. And one night, this asshole let go of the steering wheel, so I slammed into the
He was
metal pole.
driving. That was my fault now. I'm the passenger seat. I'm the dick because I let go of his steering wheel.
Yeah, I wouldn't have wrecked my car if you just held on.
Oh my god!
But we'd go down there every night. And
That was pre-Uber.
But back then, it was totally different on Broadway.
Were
Every
you
bar-
guys touring at this point? You were a big hit at this point.
We were, I guess, towards the end. Yes, we were, and we would still go down there. But at the very beginning,
We drank
like,
free though.
We had a bunch of friends that worked down there. My wife was, my girlfriend at the time, worked at a few different bars down there, so we'd always get a free tab pretty much wherever we went. And then we actually made a ton of connections just with other artists and other people down there.
Oh, really?
Because people didn't hang out here in Midtown quite as much back then because
Yeah.
every bar down on Broadway had a different style of music. So if you go to Robert's, Layla's, The Wheel,
Yeah.
Tootsie's, like, okay, these few had, old school country, 60s and 70s, and then you go to somewhere that was more 80s and 90s, then there's a couple bars across the street. Now everybody plays the same playlist with the same 30 songs. Doesn't matter what bar you go in, and they all just, it's kind of very incestuous and everybody plays everywhere. But back then there was like set house bands where we'd go to see specific acts down there that had like a residency or a standing gig. So we had a lot of fun back then going and experiencing the lower Broadway music scene, which it used to be like, players on the Opry would come off stage and then they go down and sit in with their band, or they had like, their band that was down there. And that's not the way it is down there anymore.
Do you know Brandon Harris,
I don't think
guitar player?
I don't know.
Yeah, he plays Broadway and
Okay.
he plays a lot of just stuff here in Nashville. Water, he's been here since probably 2001, 2002,
Okay.
somewhere around in there.
If
We worked
Matt
in the-
knows him, that's not good for your career.
we worked in the gas station together in high
Oh,
school.
nice.
Yeah, and he came here, and he's just a lot of local people know him just because he's been in every house band.
There's so many insanely talented musicians down there.
And Brandon was one of those guys in high school. We'd go over to his house. He would play, and I'd look at him like, dude, this is Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah.
Then he comes to Nashville, and it's like,
It's like
oh.
everybody's at that level. Yeah.
So like, oh, so you're just another guitar player here. That
Well, I remember
They're
I moved here thinking like, all right, I'm gonna go to Nashville. Everyone thinks I'm great in North Carolina, and get here and it's like, oh, shit, everybody's great here. Like,
It'll humble you.
what are you gonna do to be different and stand out?
How did y'all
And
how did y'all get signed, and how did you get from being the guys just over at Belmont to having a #1 hit? What was that path?
I mean, our path was different than a lot of people's. I mean, we were all three different solo artists that, were just desperate to make it in the business at a time where you didn't
Quit
have social
Blockbuster.
media.
Gonna wait. I rolled the dice. The benefits package. I was like, I don't know.
I can't give this up. If I don't have free movies, what am I doing Friday nights? But we actually were more or less kind of put together in an odd parallel or connection to Taylor Swift. One of the two producers that kind of reached out, like they found me on MySpace. Steven answered a Craigslist ad.
Never even been on Craigslist. Didn't even know what it was.
And it was like
I was
this
like, yeah,
thing.
I'll
It was
give it a
like Sony Records, New York, looking for new Eagles
band.
in Nashville. And that's the same kind of message he sent me on MySpace. He's like, really like your music. Would you ever consider being in a group? And like he dressed it up real nice. Like, it's so hard for solo. Like, he had statistics. Like, 1 out of 50 solo artists is going to make it. But, he inflated these numbers and made me think, like, oh, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to be famous tomorrow.
I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, so I went to this audition basically hoping I got in because, okay, the record deal's already there. And, we've been playing around town for years just trying to get into an office with some of these people. And which back then it was really hard. You didn't have any way other than MySpace, which was shitty recordings, and it wasn't even a good representation of your art. But that was really the only thing that existed. So we're thinking, oh, this gets our foot in the door. And even if you want to be a solo artist, it's like, okay, well, I'll do the band thing until I can be a solo artist, which is what Brian, the third guy, ended up doing, and then kind of crashed and burned after that. Because I think he realized how difficult go he was going to have at it trying to do it solo. I mean, we played so many free shows, and like if we hadn't had a major record deal at that point, there's no way that it would have ever worked because you had to have that back then.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if we were to come out now, I don't know what would happen, because I mean, I think now just legitimate talent can kind of rise to the top, and people start to see through all the bullshit on social media and the DSPs, because anybody can put out music, right? I mean, anybody can have a podcast. Anybody can do anything these days. It's now you just have to prove your talent and your worth, and that you have some kind of staying power.
Well, the fans are. Was it Michael Wright that said that the fans are the ones that are?
They're taking the power back.
Yeah, they got the power back. They can decide who's good and who's not.
Yeah, I mean, there's somebody in here playing the other night. His last name's Nance, and he recorded this song, put it out like 6 weeks ago, and I think within like 2 nights it had like 2 weeks it had 6 million streams or something. And like now all these podcasts are having him on there. He's like the big next up and coming thing. And it's just crazy to me that one song can just have one viral moment like that and literally set someone up for success for a while, as long as he rides the wave in the right way.
Yeah.
Well, it's I think it was Ric Flair that said it's easy to get to the top, it's hard to stay there.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's very true, especially in the music world, right? Like you can have a number one, you can have top 5s and top 10s for a couple of years, but how do you continue that success? And with the way that trends change and everything else, like when you look at artists that have been doing it for 20, 30, 40 years, like a George Strait to a Hank Jr. can still go sell out a place if he wanted to, right? And I look at people like that and I go, man, it's hard to, even like a Kenny Chesney, where it's like that man can sell out whatever he wants, wherever he wants, and he's been doing it for 25 years like that.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, and the guys like those are kind of they're very few and far between. I mean, because there's so many artists that have had that hit, and I can speak for us. Like we always just thought, okay, as long as we have a number one on country radio, we'll be able to do this for forever. And then like we thought, okay, if you have one number one, they just keep coming, because that's what it looked like for a lot of these other artists.
Like sitting on the side of the road.
That's not the case for us. Like we had one, and then our label just didn't want to put out a song for like 2 or 3 months, and we were like,
really?
Wait, we're seeing every other artist put one out immediately. Like, hold up, this is going to ruin everything we thought was going to happen.
How'd you get a number one and get shelved?
It was weird.
It was weird. The guy that had come over and taken over Sony, they had signed like 5 or 6 female artists, and they were kind of all floating around just the Sony imprint. They weren't on an actual RCA or Arista or B&A or whatever. But Gary at the time just decided, hey, we're going to release these 2 girls singles before we release y'all's next one.
Who were the girls?
One was Kristen Kelly, and I don't remember who the other one was. But just
I've
2
never
brand
been-
new artists. I mean, when we'd already had a hit on another label, on Lyric Street, we were on the same label as Rascal Flatts, and had a lot of success over there. Then that's kind of how we were able to get that other deal so quickly, even though we went from a trio to a duo. But I think what I was getting at before was I think we had one of the best kind of educations early on. Robert Ellis Orrell was also the producer that Andrea and Scott had brought Taylor Swift down here to meet with, and he kind of took her under his wing. He wrote her entire first record with her, and him and a guy named Angelo produced it, and he produced all the big Kings of Leon records, and big time producer. But the one thing he told us to do, he was like, watch what she's doing. She was making gift baskets and burning CDs, writing her name on it, taking a stamp with the track listing, putting flowers, putting cool little trinkets, and literally she'd walk to every single label on Music Row, hand deliver these these records, her electronic press kit.
She left an impression.
She did, and to every single office on Music Row. So we kind of took a page out of that playbook, and our first CD.
Y'all started making gift baskets?
Flowers.
Eric and his cousin did.
I wore a sundress. I wore a sundress and took my bedazzled guitar, and I skipped down Broadway and played for her.
First pictures he would sign as the prom picture.
Help me and my cousin get out of our hometown.
If you don't hang that up in here,
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Riley's going to walk in and go, what the?
Well, but before we cut to the after hours
Yes.
portion, right? What's next for y'all? Like what y'all got coming up?
Well, we were on Curb Records for a while, and they put
Oh, I know
out-
Curb real well. Yeah, that's where I actually cut a Christmas song
Did
at
you really?
Curb. Yeah, yeah.
The only one of 2 Christmas songs we released, we did a Christmas thing at Curb.
Yeah, yeah.
Must be a thing over there.
I did it. We cut that song in Michael Farron's office.
Really?
We didn't even go to a studio. I called Michael Farron on a random Monday morning, like 3 weeks before Christmas. I said, Michael, I've got a good idea for a song. I was like, it's a Christmas song, so we got to get it out now. And he said, I pitched him my idea, sang it to him over the phone. Y'all already know I can't sing. I can't carry a tune in a bucket. And he's like, who you going to get to sing this with you? And I was like, already got somebody. I didn't have anybody. Right. And he was like, when can you be in Nashville? I said, me and so can be in Nashville, and I can be there tomorrow. And he was like, okay, come on. Right. So then I picked up the phone, called Noah, the singing barber, and said, bro, I need you to come to Nashville and help me cut a song. He's like, what? I was like, it's a Christmas song. Just trust me. It's going to be good. Right. And so we went and we cut a song in Michael Farron's office the next morning.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Is it on Spotify and stuff?
It is. It's everywhere. I've got it on my TikTok page. It's called the 12 Days of Redneck Christmas.
Okay.
Right. So it's
I
kind
think
of
I've heard it.
it's kind of a play off of Foxworthy's
Uh-huh.
thing. But yeah.
That's
So,
really.
That's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
I didn't
Sorry.
know that.
Well, see, we recorded the same studio. So.
Yeah.
But I
like
heard
it.
you singing earlier. Really not that bad.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm tone deaf.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
It was
I could.
pretty close.
He said I could.
Maybe I haven't heard you sing enough, but
Yeah, so what y'all got coming out?
we've been working on new music for a while. I mean, we've been independent now for, I guess, coming up on 2 years. And, at first we were super stoked about being independent. It's like, oh, we own our own art. But it costs, like, I know Craig Campbell's doing it independently right now, trying to follow, like, the Drew Baldridge model. And, I mean, you have to have minimum $500,000 to even have a prayer of sniffing the top 20 on their country radio charts.
Really?
I mean, maybe there's a couple songs that are just complete anomalies that just go off and do their own thing. But even those songs, the gatekeepers at the top are not going to let something go all the way unless they're going to benefit.
That's
from
so
it in a
messed
big
up.
way. It is.
That's such a corrupt way of doing things.
And even
It's
if
just
they
like,
would tell you that that's not the truth, there's
well, and
it
it's just
is.
like
It
you'll
has
never
to be.
you'll never get another award as an independent artist.
No, you
because
can't.
the labels control who gets those awards.
Yep.
That's so messed up, man. Like, oh my lord, I hate it.
Yeah, and even like artists like a Kane Brown or Chase Rice or Luke Combs, even who they had these massive followings before they went to the label, and they kind of could dictate the terms just because the label wanted them and they needed them.
Oh,
so those type of artists get really good deals, but all of our deals, we were maybe getting a 13%.
Bro, back to
13
that
points
point-
on the royalty side. You can't make any money off of that.
No, but back to the point of the record labels controlling everything, not talking shit at all. She's a great artist, puts out great music. But the fact that Lainey Wilson won Entertainer of the Year over Morgan Wallen and Luke Combs, who Lainey was opening up for Luke Combs on his stadium shows. She won Entertainer of the Year over those two is wild to me.
Well, it's not truly who was the Entertainer of the Year. Now that's okay. She was the favorite of the voting pool, basically.
they trade
I
votes.
mean, yeah, there's that too.
I know that for a fact.
Really?
Oh yeah, because when we were trying to get Duo of the Year, Sony was calling around trying to,
We'll
grease
vote-
some palms. We'll vote for so and so for
your
this, and
female
this. If
artist,
you give us our Duo
vote
vote.
for this artist of ours, and da, da, da.
But the one label that was really the best at that at the time was Broken Bow, who had Thompson Square or whatever their imprint, Stony Creek, I think it was. And we had some friends that worked there, and they're like, yeah, they were just really good, and they figured out how they were going to make sure that their act won that. I mean, all the numbers for us were in our favor. If it was just on paper, we definitely would have won that year. But back to your point about Laney winning over Luke and Morgan. I mean, she can't go sell out a stadium 2 nights in a row in any city. She just can't do it.
And I love her.
There's
But-
not really any female
She's not-
that
yeah.
can do that.
Oh, and
That's not knocking the.
no, it's not a knock on her because I love
No.
Lainey.
And she's
a sweet
insane.
person.
She's so talented.
Every time I'm around her, she's so sweet and everything. And I'm not saying anything about her talent. She's a great artist, right? But just, to that point, Luke and Morgan are selling out stadiums night after night.
I don't know that we'll ever see 2 artists other than these 2 guys that are going to do it at this level as big as both of them are doing it at the same time.
It's wild.
Again, because I mean, and never say never, but like I've never seen anything like this in the 20 years
They
we've
can
been in the
sell out
business.
whatever.
I mean,
There's not a stadium big enough.
Well, I mean, Garth Brooks
I mean,
is probably
Elvis
the
wouldn't have
closest.
done what those 2 guys are doing right now.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I can't say that. That's probably a bit of a stretch, but I mean, it's
I think
like
Elvis
it's
is
like the
actually bigger now.
Beatles type.
Yeah. I think he's actually bigger. Like, honestly, I think his
Yeah.
popularity is bigger now than it,
Than it was
was when
when
he
Not
was
anymore.
alive.
Did you see how big he got before he died?
He was plumped up.
He was.
I've got
He
I've
was
got
all
a
puffy.
I've got an Elvis Presley scarf.
Do you really? Like, was his?
Yeah.
He just passed away a couple months ago, right?
Yeah. Well, depending on who you ask, he's very much alive.
Yeah, he's preaching at a church in
Yeah,
Arkansas,
Arkansas,
right?
yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah, he passed though.
No.
Yeah.
Anyways, check them out.
So yes, we do have
Check
new
'em
music
out.
coming. Hopefully, either late fall, winter, or first quarter of next year. So.
Yeah. Hell
And
yeah.
then me and Steven also have a podcast. He's just actually starting as my co-host. In the very near future.
Yeah.
The near future, like when we swap
Today.
seats here
When we
in 2
swap
minutes.
seats, that'll be his
after
first
the
time. Yeah.
after the after show, we're swapping seats and we're doing their podcast.
Yeah.
So
Was it in
You
the
know.
blind?
Yeah, in the blind.
Yeah.
I started it.
it's not about Roy Orbison or Ray Charles.
It
It's
is
about the
not.
Doug.
It's
Blind.
about Stevie Wonder, actually.
Yeah.
So.
He's not really blind.
He's
so
not.
Everybody knows Stevie ain't blind. Hey, I do lying about it.
Yeah, we started, I guess, back in February of this past year, and
Yeah.
like Steve Ford, who owns the place, had come to me over the last few years about a couple different ideas, and then I've been wanting to start a podcast. So, he actually brought it up to me one day. I was like, that would actually be perfect. I've been wanting to do one, and so we kind of collaborated, talked to Riley about putting it here in his studio or in his bar, and for those of you that don't know, we're in the old Whiskey Jam VIP kind of bar that they had over here for years. So for us, interviewing mainly country artists, it's kind of a cool nostalgic thing for all of us, because I can't tell you how many times I've been passed out in a booth literally right where this
Really?
chair is. And I mean, we played the first Whiskey Jam ever back in the day, and so it's kind of come full circle for us to now have a thing that we're doing here.
Eric brought me in because he didn't get to hang out with me enough. He's like, I just miss you so much.
Well, that and he never had a song written about him by
I
Taylor
know.
Swift.
So-
Yeah,
So,
so
That's
it's
a good
like,
point.
you know,
This is called riding coattails, and that's what I'm going to do now.
Bro, I am.
he knows all about that.
I love it. The paychecks are great on those coattails.
So
Join
I figured
us-
I had to get it started so he could come in. So, sorry.
Join us on the After Hours on Patreon. Go to White Trash with Money podcast and check it out. We're going to have them on for about maybe 5, 10, 15 more minutes.
This is where the juicy stuff happens.
The juicy. I don't think we should say it like that.
This is when we
Probably
get.
We're not talking about
guys.
you and your cousin anymore.
No,
Lord
we're
have
not.
mercy, man.
I'm really
The
sorry,
juices.
Amanda. This wasn't supposed to go this way.
Now we got a name.
Listen, did you know? Welcome to White Trash with Money.